Welcome to another session of the School of Thought, Lunch and Learn. This is Dr. Khannah Josué, your certified transformation coach and certified brain coach. Our episode today is emotional abuse and how to stop the cycle. Before we dive in, let me be clear. I'm not speaking to those who confuse constructive criticism with emotional abuse. If someone offers you corrective feedback to help you grow, to become a better version of yourself, don't mistake that for abuse. And let's be honest, correction rarely feels good in that moment. We know that. But that's not our topic today. That's a different conversation for another episode. Today, I'm speaking to those who aren't mindful or tactful when expressing disappointment, anger, or disagreement, and end up using words to devalue others in order to feel better about themselves. You may be bleeding on others unaware because you had a bad day, you're unhappy in your life, you're in pain for some reason, or maybe you're having an allergic reaction to truth. This one is for you. You may be asking why this episode matters. Well, because sometimes people speak sharply or bluntly and excuse it by saying, I'm just being honest, or I'm just being straightforward. But words can be punches. They can be like a whip. And it causes real lasting pain. I mean, lasting pain. If you ever ask yourself secretly, am I hurting people without realizing it? Stay with me. This episode is for you. And if you've been on the receiving end of hurtful words, this is for you too. First, to the person who speaks harshly, even without meaning it or unaware, the emotional abuser. Let's work on breaking the cycle instead of denial. If you caught yourself speaking sharply, pause and ask yourself, did I mean to hurt this person? Or am I reacting out of old habits or my own pain? The Book of Life says, quote, the words of a reckless pierce like a sword, but the tongue of the wise bring healing, unquote. And here's another question. Why? Why make someone feel small, bad, or unworthy just because you disagree with them? Maybe you can't see their perspective, but does that justify planting a wound in their mind or heart? Of course not. In the Hebrew language, the word rakah means to call someone empty-headed or idiot. In the Book of Life, Yeshua tells his student of life, quote, you heard it said, do not murder, but I tell you, anyone who is angry with a brother or sister is guilty of murder. Carelessly call someone idiot, and you're in danger of court. Carelessly yell stupid at a sister, and you're on the brink of hellfire. Words kill, unquote. Even if someone is wrong, is it worth tearing them down, tearing their identity down? No. Let's consider the tone. Does your voice come across like a swing of a machete? Sharp, cutting, and destructive when you speak to someone? Think about that. Do you label it correction or I'm just telling the truth? Try a different approach. Express yourself in a way that brings clarity without crushing the person you're speaking to. What if respect was the filter of your words? Ask yourself, will I want to be spoken to like this? Will I be okay if someone used this tone with me? This quote from the Book of Life is simple, but yet life-changing. Quote, treat others the way you want to be treated. Unquote. When you need to say something hard, try this I statement. Like, for example, I feel frustrated because, or I'm not upset at you, I'm just overwhelmed. If you've been on the receiving end of harsh word, if someone words cut you, please be honest with yourself about what you feel. Don't push it away or make excuses for them. Name them clearly. Don't say, I feel a certain type of way, like most people would say today. That keeps your feeling vague and unresolved. Identify what you're feeling and don't be afraid to call it to the table. Name them. Is it sadness, disappointment, anger, frustration, or embarrassment? Acknowledge it to yourself so you can address it honestly and take steps toward resolution. Set boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors you control. They protect your peace. If possible, have an honest conversation with that person who hurt you instead of dragging it to the next conversation with someone else. And I know sometimes you wonder, are you really speaking to me? And you know, are these vibe for me? I know this can't be for me because we drag the last pain to the next conversation. Share with that person who embarrassed you. Say, when you said so-and-so, it made me feel devalued or small or insulted or embarrassed. You're not shaming. You're sharing your experience. They may not realize the impact they had with their statement. Once you tell them, after that, it's up to them. They can apologize and grow or stay in denial. Either way, you've done your part. It's okay to walk away and give them time to mature. Remember, you are responsible for your actions, not for how they respond. Often, their reaction says more about them than it does about you. Your confidence or kindness might intimidate them. They might be responding from a wound or insecurities or lack of love or attention in their own lives. Instead of swallowing that poison, work through it. Share your feelings with someone you trust. But let me say this, avoid gossiping or pulling others into your pain. The Book of Life gave us this principle, quote, the measure which you measure will be measured back to you, unquote. Another principle, quote, whatever you dig, a pit, fall into it, unquote. So be careful. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this that can maybe make me stronger or wiser and unwilling to be devalued? Because once you learn how to respond to unhealed people without losing yourself, you've gained something they can never, ever take away from you. Now, my final takeaway is healing for both sides. Whether you're emotionally abusing others unaware or you're receiving the abuse from someone else. Simply remember this principle from the Book of Life. Quote, when you did it to one of these, my brothers, you did it to me. In this verse, me refers to God. It's a reminder that how we treat others is in a very real way how we are treating him, God. So it's worth pausing to ask, if my words or action wound someone, what does that mean about how I'm treating God? It's worth it for a minute. On the flip side, If you've been receiving the harsh treatment, speak up, set boundaries, and protect your emotional space. Healing starts with awareness, empathy, respect, and the willingness to change both how we speak and how we respond. Now, if today's conversation resonated with you, please share it. Share it with someone you know that may be unintentionally hurting others, and with those experiencing emotional abuse themselves. The more we speak life into each other, the more we break the cycle. Now, as always, I deeply appreciate you for investing your time to listen today. Would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dr. Khannah Josué, School of Thought, to receive more wisdom nuggets that can support your transformation and mind renewing journey. And you're welcome to visit my website, KhannahJosué.com, to stay updated with my classes and workshop. Thank you for joining me for another School of Thought Lunch and Learn. Until next time, be kind to your mind, give grace to your past, and never be afraid to come home to truth. Shalom.